Hello, and welcome back to ASMR with Nikiski Noir. Today, the grape. Doesn't that just transport you somewhere, a far off land? That was so creepy. Why am I so creepy? I don't know if I'm okay with this sensation it's in my mouth right now. It's filled with like a jelly goo. And it tastes very grass-like. I feel like I'm... Yeah, this is awkward. Okay. I'm just gonna put those... Welcome back to my channel. I am super excited to be here with you today. We are going to do a extra quick, extra easy smoky eye tutorial using some of my favorite Kat Von D products. I am going to be using some of the cake liners and the I can't talk. And the basket case liner, which is actually one of my favorite liners that she's ever come out with. That went away for a while and now it's back, and I think it's a permanent addition to her liner family. So I wanted to show you guys how I create my extra dark smoky eye looks. I pretty much use something like this as my daily makeup. Even if it's not black, I'm doing it in red or pink, so you can totally use this idea to go forth into the great beyond and replicate the eye look in a different shade. So yeah, let's get started.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started.
I have like a thing. Like, doesn't it look like it? Oh.
It is. That's what I thought it was.
Oh, hey. I never realized that that's probably what it was. Here's me realizing things. First off, I already applied eyeshadow primer, and it was just the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer, the primer potion. Honestly, use whichever one you like. I feel like pretty much everyone I try these days is really good, and they're all kind of created equal, so nothing super specific there. So the first product that we're going to use, and this is going to be the base for the whole look, actually the majority of the look if I'm being honest, is the basket case liner. I love this anti-precision liner for the exact reason why it's called an anti-precision liner. It's a thick pencil. So rather than having to use a black eyeshadow, like a cream eyeshadow or a liquid liner or something to make the whole lid really, really dark, I can use this and just smudge it all over my eyelid. Doesn't have to be precise at all, hence the name. And then I can just go and kind of buff it out with a brush, and that makes a perfect base to then pack on a black eyeshadow. I don't know about you, but I know back in the day when I was trying to achieve my super dark, gothic, demonic, creature of the night eye looks, which, you know, this is gonna be that.
I go for a look which I call dead but delicious.
When you're a vampire, you become very sexy.
When I didn't know any better, I would just apply black eyeshadow straight to my lid, and I could never figure out why it was never a dark, inky black. And the reason is because the powder, even if it's a really pigmented black eyeshadow, without having something to really stick to it, and especially like a dark base to stick to it, it's just never going to be completely opaque. You're either going to have patchiness, or it's going to just smear weird when you try and blend it out. I mean, maybe there's some magic eyeshadow somewhere that you can just use a black eyeshadow and it works perfectly, but for me personally, I've always found that using some sort of a creamy base for the eyeshadow is always going to make it a more intense pigmentation. And that goes for any color, so not necessarily just a black eyeshadow look, but if you want to do like you know, like a really dark red or a dark blue, something like that, if you use the same color in a liquid first, it's always going to intensify that color later. All right, so we're going to take the liner and just scribble scrabble it all over the eyelid. Like I said, you don't need to be precise. It doesn't need to be in any specific, beautiful shape. We're just going to blend it out later anyways. You're just trying to get down a really dark base for that eyeshadow. All right, now that we have the base on both eyes, I am going to take a fluffy brush and just kind of stick it there in the crease and swirl it about a bit and kind of fluff it out. I know these are super technical terms, so bear with me. So just do the little thing with the, you know, the blurring and the buffing. The fluffier the brush, the less it's gonna move around the pigment. So you can kind of use a combination of a really fluffy brush and a little bit of a thicker brush. Just kind of mess with it. Again, this is a quick, easy smoky eye, and this is honestly how I do my smoky eye every single time. I feel like it doesn't have to be, you know, it doesn't have to be science. It's just, it's anti-precision. You know, it really is the perfect name for this liner, to be honest with you. All right, so next up, I am going to just apply a little bit of a black eyeshadow on top of the lid. For this, I'm using the Shade and Light palette, and we're just going to pat, 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 blendy, 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 pat some more. You get the idea. And then we're going to take a little bit of a darker brown shade and kind of blend that into the crease a little bit too, just to give it some more definition. I know I said 3 products, but you know. So there's an eyeshadow too, but essentially 3 products. So of course, you know, what goes up must come down, and I like drama. So we are going to do kind of the same thing that we did on the top underneath the bottom lashes. I am going to put a little bit of the anti-precision liner. You can use the cake liner for this too. It really doesn't matter, honestly, whichever one is closer to your hand. Just pick it up, draw a little line, and then take a little bit of the black eyeshadow again and just kind of smudge that down at the bottom. You can also layer a little bit of the brown too, and then just kind of go back and forth, smudging it and buffing it out just to make it a little bit more complex, I suppose, but still easy, of course. So that is the majority of the look. Then we are going to add in, and this is just my own personal taste, I really love the look of white liner on the waterline. You could definitely do black, do a full-on smoky eye look, but I feel like the white just kind of makes it look a little bit more anime-ish. I also have really heavy lashes, and then of course I'm going to put on gigantic lashes after this too, so it always darkens my eyes. So I feel like if I put a lighter color liner in the waterline, it is going to make my eyes pop out a little bit more, and it looks a little bit more unrealistic. And for me, with my general makeup styles, I'm trying to look as non-human as possible. So I am going to add that white liner, which is also the cake liner too. So it does come in 3 colors. There's black, white, and brown. I don't generally use brown liner too often, but maybe if I was doing more of like a steampunk kind of thing, I could see doing that, maybe a brown smoky eye. But if you're not into using a black liner on a regular basis, you could definitely use the brown. But for today, we are going to use the white and just fill in that waterline. And then if you are a person that likes to tightline, you could, for a little bonus, take that black cake liner and you can line your waterline at the top underneath your lashes just to make it extra dark. And there we go. So that is the basic smoky eye look, and by basic I mean not basic at all, because you know we're not basic here, but it is easy, I feel, and quick too. Now for a little bonus Jonas here, and this is one of my favorite things, and I don't even know if you call it like a secret per se, but this is something that I've been doing for at least a couple years now, I feel, with the Everlasting liquid lip. I love using these on my eyes. I love the look of a glossy lid, but trying to put actual gloss on the lid with a bunch of color underneath it, it tends to slide around. Now if I'm just doing a naked eye and I want to put a clear gloss, that works just fine. But if I want a really dark smoky eye and then I apply a gloss, it gets a little messy. So lately I've been using these Everlasting liquid lips to just kind of pop a little bit of a wet look in the center of the lid, which does add more interest to the smoky eye, and I feel like it's a really easy way to just amplify the entire look. My favorite one is Dazzle, which is actually the red one, so anytime you see me do a red smoky eye look, that's what I'm always using to get that kind of reflection of light on my lid. But for today, we are going to use the black one, which is called Wizard, and we're just going to pop a little bit in the center of each lid and make sure you blend it up a little bit above your natural crease, because this too is going to make your eyes look bigger. And like I said, I'm all about the drama, the anime eyes. I just want to look, you know, plastic is fantastic. So this is going to give you that super dramatic wide-eyed look. All right, and there you have it, my super dark smoky eye look for the day. Really easy, right guys? Just a couple of products, lots of smearing, lots of blending, not too much precision. I feel like it's definitely a look that you can replicate with other colors as well. Like I said, I feel like this is kind of what I do on an everyday basis. I just switch it up between like reds and pinks are usually my go-to. But yeah. So now I'm just gonna put on my lashes and pop in my contacts, and then we are gonna be on full-on super cybergoth mode. I don't even know what to call it. I don't know. Why am I so bad at naming things? Anyways. All right, and we're back. Just finished up the look with the contacts and the lashes, of course. These contacts are the EOS Dolly Eye Grey, which I did get from Pinky Paradise. I know somebody's gonna ask. And I know personally, whenever I see someone that has a really cool, like gray, doll looking eyes, and then I ask, where'd you get that? A lot of times they don't want to tell me, but I'm here for you. So if you ever want to know where I got something, I'm more than happy to share. I think this site does ship to the US again. I haven't ordered from them for a while, and I know for a while they weren't, but I think they do now. You just have to have a prescription for them. So thank you guys so much for being here with me today for another tutorial. Let me know down below in the comments if there's a specific look that I've done that you would like me to show you how, or if there's one maybe I haven't done but it's still something you would like a tutorial on. I am more than happy to try new things. If you wouldn't mind, if you aren't already, of course, please hit that button down below to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a like if you were into it, and also hit the little dingy bell thing. I always point to the wrong side, but you know, whatever side it's on, so you get all the notifications when there is a new video. It's been great. It's been fabulous. It's been amazing. Thanks, guys. Bye.
I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep.